This week on Celebrate Hunt County.
We were looking at each other going, so many of us are traveling for this. Surely there's a way to do it locally.
Every week we hit the road to tell the stories of the people, places, and events that make Hunt County great. These are our friends and our neighbors telling their own stories in their own words. Stories worth knowing and sharing. These are the stories that make us proud to call this place home. And around every corner, we find something else that makes us want to celebrate Hunt County. This program would not be possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Thank you.
I've enjoyed musical theater since I was little. I remember being 6 years old and going to musicals with my family and just crying because I'd rather be on stage than in the audience. I think because I was a very shy child, and being able to get up in front of people not as myself, but as a different character, creating this beautiful story in another setting was so much more comfortable for me. There was a group of us doing community theater in the Rockwall and Dallas area, and we were all driving for it. We were looking at each other going, so many of us are traveling for this. Surely there's a way to do it locally. I have been blown away by the level of talent right here in Hunt County, across the board in so many areas, everything from the arts to, so many other things, and a wide variety of young people and adults who just have these gifts, have these talents, and need a place to utilize it, need a place to use it. This year we are doing Beauty and the Beast, and this is our first Disney show, and we're really excited. I think this is the biggest set we have ever had on stage, and the biggest cast we've ever had, and I absolutely love the music. Nothing is like Alan Menken's beautiful score. This is a very expensive show on so many levels, everything from licensing to the costume rental. For other shows, you can make costumes or find things that work. For this, you need those classic costumes. You can't have Cogsworth and Lumiere without them really looking like a candlestick and a clock, or Mrs. Potts and the huge teapot, and then you have all of the classic timeless scenes like the belle ball gown that everybody knows, that beautiful yellow dress. So there's certain timeless moments that you just can't skimp on. You really have to go all out. For me, in this season of life, it's about inspiring young people. It's about giving them the opportunities that were not there when I was their age. Giving them the chance to get up and experience these stories, to get up and learn about how to present oneself, how to sing and dance, and how that affects in other areas of life. For me, I feel this is also a ministry in a lot of ways, because one of the ways you can bless others, you can minister to others, is to transport them, is to find commonality. Storytelling takes us outside of our everyday life. Life can be hard. When we're going through any kind of negative experience, getting out of that helps us get through it. And so you look at times in history like during the Depression, when people could barely afford day-to-day life, they would still go to a movie. They would still scrape together something to have that few minutes to forget. We actually started halfway through Dolly, halfway through our first production, and the three people on it originally were my dad, Robert Smith, my mom, Kathleen Smith, and myself, and then we brought in as much of the community to help us as we could. And she is, I think, the heart and soul of Greenville Family Theater. She was very passionate about sharing her love of the arts and performing with young people. And that was her drive, that was her motivation. And as you know, we lost her in December of 2015. For me, it is carrying on her legacy. It is It is a way of coping and dealing with the loss that was felt by her family and the community as a whole. She was very involved in the community. You should have seen at her funeral the standing room only. We were at the biggest church in town, and we didn't have room for everyone. There were so many people that she impacted. And I feel like so many of them came back together to remember her and continue to. And for me personally, carrying on her legacy is very important. It's a way to keep that alive and keep her memory alive. I am Amy Hale, and I celebrate Hunt County.
If you liked this story, help us celebrate by sharing it with your friends and family. Our stories appear on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and cable TV on Juice 34. You can also find us online at celebratehuntcounty.com. If you'd like to suggest someone to feature in our program, email your idea to stories@celebratehuntcounty.com. We also want to thank our sponsors for making our storytelling possible. We hope you'll support the hometown businesses that keep Hunt County strong. Lots of companies can give you a roof, but at Shane Stovall Roofing, we give you more. We start with the best roofing systems on the market. We're preferred contractors for Owens Corning and Tamco building products. We're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and our customers frequently give us perfect 10 reviews. We're committed to serving the community. We deliver not just great roofs, but service and assurance too. Because at Shane Stovall Roofing, we give you more.